guys, welcome back. It's been a while since we did our last video. The weather has just gotten ridiculously cold here, and snow, ice, rain constantly, so we just put everything on hold until the beautiful spring weather came back. So let's get right to it. Today we're going to do another cook on the Komodo Kamado. What we're going to be cooking here is a 15-pound brisket and 3 slabs of St. Louis style ribs. I've gone ahead and done a little prep work before we started this video. That way we have more time to show you guys the cooking process of these ribs and what actually, how to cook it correctly on this Komodo Kamado. So believe it or not, I could probably fit another slab of ribs on here. I mean, this thing's huge. So what we've done so far, we've got our ribs ready to put on. We've got our brisket ready to put on. I'll go over what seasonings I used on those and all that good stuff. I got my fire coming up to temperature right now. As usual, we're using the Jealous Devil's charcoal, lump charcoal. Put a couple wax cubes in here to get the fire going, closed the lid, throttled everything down, and I'm just waiting for my temperature here to come up to about 275. But I know this smoker, so realistically it's going to cook somewhere between 300 and 325. Last time I did a cook on this, I had everything, that last cook that we did, and it's on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out. After we pulled all the meat off, I shut the lid, the vent completely down, and the intakes. Came back the next morning and this thing was still at 300 degrees. So, I mean, this thing won't quit. So, anyway, stick with us. We'll bring you back when it's time to put the meat on here in just a few minutes when this comes up to temperature. We'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. Let me show you what we're working with here. We got our ribs. There's 2 ribs, a brisket that's going on, and 1 more slab of ribs. Okay. The brisket, I told you what I seasoned with it. We did use mustard as a binder on it. We did some SPG, cow cover, the usual stuff. The ribs, we hit those with SPG, and then we followed them up with Dirty Bird. And we're going to throw those on the grill. Obviously use mustard as our binder. I'm filming by myself today, so that's why I'm having to do it all. There's our smoker. Let's check on our temperature. Right now we're at about 275. So guess what? We are perfect. We're going to throw the thermometer on the brisket so we can monitor our temps, and we are going to go from there. Alrighty, guys, you can see that we have lost a little bit of temperature because we opened the grill, had to brush down the grates from the previous cook, insert the meter, get it connected to the phone, and we are slowly coming back up to temperature. Let's see what it looks like. It's about 10:30 in the morning. Always burp your grill. Now the cook is a little bit tighter than I usually like, but you know, it'll be fine. There's my meter probe. Anyways, that's what they look like right now. And I don't know if I forgot to mention it or not, but I did finish off the brisket, so we're gonna leave that alone. We're not gonna touch that for another at least 2-3 hours. I finished off the brisket at with Montreal steak seasoning. It just gives it a really good bark. So everything's kind of squished together right now, but as it cooks, that'll fix itself. The meat will start shrinking, and we'll be able to spread it apart just a little bit. And I did squish everything together so that we could because obviously the meat's going to cook how we lay it. So we're good, guys. We'll check back in here in a few hours, about halfway through the cook, and the brisket is coming off when it hits 165. We're going to wrap it in butcher paper like we usually do. The ribs are going to come off of there at 130. We're going to wrap those like we normally do. And at the end of the video, we'll do a taste test, and I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty good day. We'll see you. Okay, guys, here we go. We are about an hour and a half into this cook, and we're going to spin everything and spray everything. That way it cooks evenly. So let me show you guys what we've got so far. Don't forget to burp your grill. And Sophie, you can come in here and look at how everything is shaping up. Whew. That is extremely hot, and I'm out of my latex gloves, so I'm having to use regular cloth gloves. Anyways, there's my meat probe right there for my meter that I was telling you guys about. And we're just gonna flip everything. That way everything cooks evenly. And you can see I kind of messed up a little bit of the color right there on the meat, but that's no big deal. We'll get that back here shortly. What we're spritzing with is apple juice. And I don't think we're gonna need a whole lot this time because this cooker's keeping everything so moist. But anyways, that's it. That's what that looks like about an hour and a half in. We're gonna come put some more seasoning on that one here in just a minute to clean it back up. But other than that, guys, the cook is going really well. The smoker's staying at about 275 and it's doing good. We'll bring you back in a little bit when it's time to wrap them. All right, guys, let me catch you up to speed here real quick. So what we did was a day ago, we got our brisket prepared, and I think I already told you guys what spices that we put on that. I did forget to mention that I did inject it with a Cosmos beef product with Moisture Magic, like we always do. That sat in the fridge for about 24-ish hours. Got our ribs ready this morning. We used the Dirty Bird and the SPG Cosmos seasoning, and the ribs hit 3 hours. They hit temperature to wrap, so we went ahead and wrapped them. The brisket's kind of in a stall right now. It's been right at about 153 degrees now for about 30-45 minutes. So I'm wanting to wrap it right at 165, but I may have to pull it prematurely and go ahead and wrap it in butcher paper and put it back on here to get it through its stall. But anyways, I wanted to show you what we've done so far. So here we go. We're gonna burp our grill a little bit so we don't get a blast of heat. And there's our brisket. Look how beautiful it's looking. And we've got our ribs wrapped up here. They're gonna be ready to go here in another hour, but that brisket's pretty much got the bark I'm looking for on it. We've spritzed it twice, but it is looking a little bit dried out, so I think we're gonna get it wrapped up here pretty quick. So anyways, that's where we are so far. So here's the game plan. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna get that brisket wrapped. It's gonna cook until whenever, I have no clue. The ribs will be done about 3:30 is when we're gonna start probing them for temperature. Then we're gonna glaze them with half of their juices, like we normally do. Half that, half barbecue sauce. Throw them back on the grill for a little bit to let the glaze set. And hopefully by about that point, the brisket will start getting a little bit close to being done. But what we're gonna do is bring you back for that here in a little bit. We'll see you then. Alrighty. Wait, what's that in the sky? Oh my God, it's a Chinese rocket falling towards Earth right here in Eufaula, Oklahoma. All right, so we're about to pull the ribs off this grill, and I wanted to share a secret with you guys. They're already glazed. We wrapped them. They hit temperature. They hit right at 203, and we glazed them, and they've been on for about 35 minutes or so. That's about all I like to leave them on. Before you pull them off the grill, put wing dust on there, Cosmos wing dust. And if you guys pay attention to the news, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a Chinese rocket falling towards the Earth today, somewhere on the globe. They don't know where though. All right, let's pull these bad boys off of here. So here we go. These are really fall off the bone. All I do is just hit them with a light layer while they're sticky, and the wind's kind of blowing out here, so it's not going to be super duper accurate. Close your grill back while you put your gloves on. And it's not about losing heat. It's about trying to keep your heat from skyrocketing, because this thing has been smoking now since 10:30 in the morning. So when you open up your grill, you'll lose a lot of temperature, but then it skyrockets because that charcoal catches air and oxygen, so it starts burning a lot quicker. So we're gonna pull these quick. And there they are, guys. Those are competent. Look at that. They are falling off the bone, and I'm not exactly using the best gloves for these. And I'm trying to be as careful as I can, but I mean, they are fall off the bone. Okay. As you can see, our brisket's still going. Make sure that doesn't fall on the ground. That's it. We're gonna latch it up. We're gonna let these set for about 30 minutes or so while Amy gets the sides done. There they are. Competition really style ribs. We'll do a taste test here shortly, guys. Probably the best ribs we've ever done. Okay, look. The smoke ring is still present, but good. Cooked all the way through. Man, these turned out really good. Tender, Really good ribs. Tell you what, we're gonna come back here in just a little bit to try the brisket. You gotta stay tuned. All right, guys, you seen the rib taste test. Finally, 9:30. The brisket's done. That was 11 hours. So, we're gonna do the bend test on it for you. There you go.
That's amazing.
That's how tender it is. Now we'll do the pull test for you. Just barely pulling it. Boom. Just comes apart. Here we go. Let's see what it tastes like. Very, very good. Very, very tender. I will have to say, I've cooked brisket on the Komodo Kamado. That's what this is. Pretty good, pretty tender. Got to give it to it. The Masterbuilt 1050, it seems like it turned out just a little bit more tender. Hope I don't step on anybody's feelings, but still, quality of the meat, taste of the meat, the same. You can definitely tell on the Komodo, there's something there spice-wise, like it holds on to the spice a little bit better. It makes the surface of it a little bit more moist, if that makes sense, but we'll fine-tune that. That was the first brisket on the Komodo Kamado, so that could be a lot of it too. Maybe it just takes a little bit of practice, you know, who knows. But doesn't matter. This cook turned out stellar. We'll see you guys next time. It was so good to do another video with you. It's been a little bit, like I said, the weather's just been really crappy until now here. But now that it's all said and done, we're going to be banging out these videos daily, weekly, whatever it takes. Leave us some comments below. Subscribe to our channel, ring the bell, let us know what you want to see in future videos, and we will see you guys next time.